Hey, Raindrops. Look, tonight's episode of Belle Collective will go down in history so far as the most explosive episode that Belle Collective has ever seen. We have a lot to dive into. So, obviously, darlings, I had to do tonight's podcast recap with the one, the only. She's not an extra, but she is extra. Yes, I'm talking about Sophia Soguchi Williams.
Hey.
How are you feeling, boo?
Feeling good. You look beautiful. I'm feeling great, and I'm so glad to talk to you tonight.
We have a lot to talk about. I mean, listen, this season is on fire. Tonight's episode was explosive, but let's just get right into it. This is your second season of Belle Collective. You and JJ have brought so much to this show. I'm beyond appreciative of what y'all brought. You are beautiful inside and out, and you're sassy, you're firecracker. Talk to me about what made you want to join Belle Collective.
You know what, Carlos? Actually, I was just minding my own business, basically. Sitting in the bed, just doing my boss things. And Latrice reached out to me. And I had always been a fan of Belle Collective. Season 1, people would inbox me and say, hey, I can see you on that show. I'm like, really? I'm like, I don't know about that. But Latrice reached out to me and say, hey, Gucci, I think you'll be a perfect fit. You need to try for this show. And I was so excited. I was like, wow, what an honor for her to even recognize me or see me doing great things in the community, just seeing my life, and to think, hey, I'll be a perfect candidate for the Belle Collective.
Well, Latrice said that she gave you the title as a top realtor in all of Jackson. Is that true?
I mean, Latrice can't figure out her life. I mean, one episode I'm a friend, the next episode I'm not a friend. So, she's just trying to figure out who's really her friend.
What is really going on between you and Latrice? Because what we saw last season was this budding friendship. We, including, myself, because I'm still a fan of the show, although I created and produced it. I'm a fan. We called y'all Sharon Dion from Clueless, Thelma and Louise, frickin' frack. Did y'all friendship really dissipate because of a business transaction that went wrong?
Well, Carlos, I really didn't want to end my friendship with Latrice. It was like, of course, all Gucci wanted was, hey, get on the phone, communication. She said she's a boss, she's all about business. Well, since business started with communication, all you had to do was say, hey, Gucci, I'm going to use somebody else. You're moving too slow for me. You're moving slow like Cliff ass. So I'm going to move on to something else. That's all I wanted, Carlos, And, just to...
Is it safe to turn around?
The slow moving shit. Come on now.
Allegedly.
But Carlo, here's the deal. Latrice telling everybody, hey, I showed her one building. The small part that she left out was that Gucci was negotiating a contract for her. I was in negotiation with her on a building. Of course, Zaddy has the last say so. And we couldn't, have a meeting of the minds. We couldn't come to a conclusion. I'm negotiating this figure for her, and Cliff saying, no, hey, ask them, can we pay this? Can we do this? I was negotiating for her. So it wasn't just about showing her one building. I was actually working for her. I was actually in negotiation saying, hey, listen, agent, hey, my client want to offer this for this building. And Cliff was like, no, ask them for this. So I was negotiating with them for over a week. So it wasn't just about me showing her building. And, I can get over the coins and stuff. All I wanted, Latrice, is just, hey, have a conversation with me. Take, for example, Akeisha actually bought a second home here in Jackson. And when she was looking, I was like, hey, Akeisha, do you have a real estate agent? I'll be happy to represent you. She said, well, Gucci already got somebody. I'm like, well, girl, shit, that's cool. And we moved on. It wasn't, and she was upfront with me. So that's all I asked of Latrice. I had to find this out via social media, and she could have just picked up the phone. She got all you got to have those tough conversations, Latrice. And I just want her to learn with doing business. You just got to be upfront with people. If you're not going to use somebody, let them know. Of course, Gucci fumbled the bag and didn't get her to sign the working with a real estate agreement because that was my friend. I thought was my friend, and I was like, well, I get her to sign that later. I want to get her this building. And what a great look closing with your castmate on your new 4,000 square foot building or whatever. I was just like, come on now. I patronize with you and, I buy hair from you from time to time. I support your business, and I just thought, wow, that was really shady. Or it had nothing to do with the age. She can use anybody she wants. Gucci is okay. Nothing to do with the money. I mean, sometimes, your character just would take you places that your money can't. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on, sis. It's not about the money all the time.
Are you wearing Goddess Links bundles right now?
I'm not wearing Goddess Link. I'm wearing Beauty. BRAWL hair. BRAWL does my hair for the green screen. BRAWL Beauty and Co. So no, it's not Goddess, But I will wear her hair, Carlos. This was just more convenient. I like BRAWL hair actually.
One of the things that's been talked about in the show is who has the deep pockets between Cliff and Latrice. Now, by you being a friend or a foe in this case, does Latrice have her own money, or is what y'all are saying is true that she relies on Cliff's money?
I think she relies on Cliff a lot, due to confidentiality. When I was negotiating this deal, I know who holds the bag. I'm just gonna say that. But I can't reveal that due to, I'm gonna keep that a secret, Latrice.
Well, you didn't sign no agreement, girl.
I didn't sign an agreement, but I'm just, even though Latrice threw a lot of dirt on my name, I know who really, I mean, they go 50-50. I don't go 50-50 over here in my house. Jay takes it all. Jay handles everything. It's not a 50-50 over here. So I get to pocket all my money.
Ooh, I cannot wait until this reunion that is coming up. I'm clutching my cross, honey. Yes, come on, Lord. All right.
Bring your all.
Child, in my case, because I'm vegan, honey, bring your B12.
You're right.
I'm gonna need all the energy I can get, honey. Okay. One of the things we're also seeing this season is these sort of shady comments in regards to the overlapping of you, Selena, and JJ. One of the things that we haven't fully addressed on the show just yet is the fact that a lot of people know JJ, Selena, and the girls through the other show, Bring It.
Mm-hmm.
When that show was airing, JJ and Selena were legally married. Correct? Were they legally married or legally separated? Or were they divorced?
They were divorced when that show aired. They were divorced. But when I met Jay, him and Selena were legally separated.
Okay. So when you met Jay, was Bring It a part of their lives? The show Bring It?
No, when I first met Jay, the girls probably was about 6 years old, Carlos, and Bring It wasn't even a part of their lives. When I met Jay, he didn't have the girls at first, but then at some point, the girls moved with him. The girls moved with him. Even Selena had her son, which was a terrible accident where he got killed. He actually stayed with Jay also at a point in time. So when I met Jay, the girls were staying with Jay. I had my own house. Jay had his own house. I would come over there. I would cook for them. I would clean for them. I would do their homework. Selena was nowhere in sight, and she said, I never did nothing for the girls. Don't forget, Gucci was there. I combed their hair. I took their dinner. I helped them with their homework when you was running the streets. Jay and I took the girls on their first flight to Disney World. We spent a lot of time. We did family things together, and Selena was nowhere in sight. Selena showed up when the casting for Bring It showed up. All of a sudden, I want to be this super mom. And Jay was okay with that. He was like, well, this will give a chance for the girl, for her to spend time with her girls. So that's when Selena was kind of in the picture. But from 6 years old all the way up to about 13 or 12, well, actually the girls stayed with Jay until they graduated from high school. Selena didn't have the girls,
Allegedly.
And I was a very important part of their life. That's when it came. That's why my daughter got and was having this thing where, Mama, I need you. But I was neglecting, and I'm gonna be honest, I was neglecting my daughter trying to win a man. I would get up and actually go over to Jay's house, cook their dinner, help them with their homework, comb their hair. Selena wasn't there, she was working her Hooters job, or whatever she was doing, but she wasn't there for the girl. And they seem to forget that. I neglected my family, which was wrong, trying to win a man. At the end of the day, I feel like I was put on the back burner. And then when Bring It showed up, I'm at every competition, DD4L, we doing, supporting them all to the fullest. I was in the background. I was never like, hey, look at me. I want to be on TV and this. And Carlos, and if you know me, I'm not thirsty for this. It showed up in my lap. God gave me this platform, and I'm going to use it. You know what? And I've been humble, but at some point I gotta pop my shit. So, but at the end of the day, I played a very important role in the girls' lives. And I just don't want them to forget that. I don't want Selena to sway them to think I'm such a bad person,
When Bring It was airing, they made it seem like Selena and JJ were still married, though, right?
That's correct. They did.
And you were, what people don't know is, and I want you to clear this up, when Bring It first started, they made it seem like JJ and Selena were still married, although you're saying they were divorced. Okay? You were dating him at the time, and they wouldn't show you, so you had to sit back and watch your man appear on camera with his ex-wife, pretending to be in a relationship with her.
That's right. That's correct. Several times they would shoot a scene. It'll be him, her, and the girls, and I'm sitting on the outside. Yes, that made me feel a type of way. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't feel right about it, to be honest. I didn't feel right. I was like, but I never got in between them. I always was nice to Selena and the girls and greeted them, but I was feeling a certain type of way. I'm like, this is not right. But you know what, Carlos? I was like, I'm still going to support them. I'm hollering DD4L, this is my husband. And because I was so humble and did what I was supposed to do, God allowed those tables to turn, and they didn't want to let people know who I was. We'd be at competition and his daughter would be like, hey, I got mommy and daddy here. And I'll be sitting there as she turned the camera. She didn't want people to know who I was. I would hold events and, they'll make sure, let's not hashtag Gucci or at her, because I don't want people to know who she is. And I'm not for sure if they was doing that because they didn't want to hurt their mom feeling. I don't know. But now that the tables are turned, and that's why I think what people getting misconstrued at, they like, oh, not her, Belle. It should be Selena, Belle. Why pick her? Who is that? And I've been doing big things, here in Jackson and with my life. I started from the ground. Gucci got her bachelor's, master's degree. I paid the cost to be the boss.
You better stun on these girls. Yes. So I wanted you to address that, because when we saw tonight's episode, Selena and Latrice had a scene, and Selena shared her side of what was going on while you and JJ were seeing each other. Did you know that Latrice and Selena were as tight as they appeared to be in tonight's episode?
No, Carlos, she didn't show up season 1. The guys mentioned her in season 2. All of a sudden, me and Latrice got an issue. She showed up, she can't be like me, like an eagle and fly alone. They like pigeons. They got to flock together. And she never, I'm like, where were you, Latrice, when Selena son died I didn't see you at the funeral. I didn't see you so you her best friend? I never seen you there. Even Carlos, at the baby shower, Latrice, I got the text message where she texted me, Gucci, what's the location of the baby shower? If this your friend, you should know where the location of the baby shower is. I got the text. So all of a sudden, they best buddies now. So, it ain't nothing, Latrice. So I'm like, enemies link up, whatever you want to call them, they link up sometimes. So and this, hey, let's go against Gucci, even though Selena slept with her husband.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Well, yeah, he said it. And I didn't know anything about that, that had happened. So I guess that's how they roll like that.
Okay. Thank you. Because I need to make sure the Lord's with me at all times, child. When you saw Selena tonight at Latrice's event, we saw y'all interact at the baby shower a few episodes ago, and things seem to be cordial. Listen, I don't think we expect you and Selena to be best friends. It's tough being a part of a blended family, so we did not expect that. However, we saw that you guys were cordial at the baby shower. What happened tonight at Latrice's event to where you felt the need to refer to Selena as an extra, not the extra chewing gum that tastes very banana-ish? Why did you feel the need to refer to her as an extra tonight when we saw you guys interact with each other before?
I mean, when I first arrived at the event, I was like, oh, wow. I didn't know. I guess Latrice invited Selena. So my guards went up automatically. I was like, okay, so this is what type of event this is going to be. I'm here to support her. And she invites Selena. So I was like, well, let me go speak to Tamara. I get paid to speak to all the bells, to get paid to bust it down with these bells, not the other ladies in the room. So I was going to just bypass her. And she just, I didn't know why at this point she really wanted to have a conversation since the camera was here. She didn't want to have a conversation at the baby shower because she was all over the place. But all of a sudden, we got lights, camera, action. Let's have a conversation with Gucci. You never said these many sentences, these many words to me anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna move on. And I mean, this you are extra on my platform. This is my platform. You had your time. This is my platform. I mean, I don't know if Kingdom Rain cutting her check or not, but so it is what it is. So extra, Of course, you've been on TV before, but you was, looking through a glass window with flip flops and a sundress on.
It's quite shady tonight, and I had to throw my shades because I did not expect this level of shade. It's very shady.
There's some things that tonight, when as I see it, there's some things that I shouldn't say it, where when she made the comment, I should have helped with the baby shower. But sis, I was looking for your help 10 years ago when I was combing their hair, when I was cooking their dinner, when I was, doing all these things. Where were you? I needed your help then. You're their biological mom. So, and I was like, you know what? And I was walking off, I'm like, let me just walk off because this is about to get heated. So let me just walk off and let her have her lights, camera, action, or whatever she want. And, all of a sudden.
So what, obviously everybody will see more next week, but you referred to her as an extra. She called you a B word and said, I was on TV before you. Next thing we know, we see goddess lengths, we see bundles, we see go naked hair. Hey, Portia, we see. So we'll get more into this at the reunion, but was a glass thrown at you? Was water thrown at you? What was thrown at you, child?
It was champagne. It was a champagne shower.
Now, a lot of people prefer golden showers, but I didn't know that champagne showers was also on the menu.
Of course, that was champagne shower. I mean, like, I mean, it must have triggered something. She must realize, oh shit, I am an extra. And she said it on national TV. Well, damn, I am. Well, hell, you got to tell the world. I know you've been on TV before, but baby, we're not doing 8 counts over here.
God, you are so
We're not doing death drop 8 counts on this Belle Collective. I can see my smart ass mouth.
Now I see. I'll be wearing my shades until further notice. Because I don't know what to expect with you, Miss Thing. When the altercation went down, all jokes aside, although you're gonna say a joke anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
When the altercation went down, all jokes aside, did you expect it to go the way it went? Like, because there's the thing about the Bells that I love. When I say, listen, Belle Collective is one of the best shows on television. I am obsessed with this show. I love it. And I love it because you Bells are beautiful Black women, successful entrepreneurs. But there's something about the shade of Mississippi. A Southern Belle throws shade and she keeps it classy. She keeps it moving. And it's the accent for me, honey. So did you think in typical Southern Belle form, I'm going to throw my shade, but, I'm going to keep it moving? Like, did you think it would escalate to where it became like this all-out brawl?
I wasn't expecting it, Carlos. I mean, the girls throw shade all the time. I mean, Latrice says some mean things about me and vice versa. We all throw shade, I guess she didn't realize what show this was, And I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw my shade. You gotta be able to roll with the punches. She called me a bitch. She talked about my lemonade outfit. I didn't talk about her It's Fashion cheetah print dress. Bitch, when you on Belle Collective, you better come with it. We don't do It's Fashion over here. Who know? Girl, who's still wearing leopard dress? I knew you didn't. You in the wrong room, sis. You're in the wrong room. You got to switch that up. But the thing, but all seriousness, I didn't think that, and it did something to my family. We were on the road to healing, but after that, the girls was in the uproar. I know the girls are kind of mad now. And I'm just going to put this out. I still love them, just like Jay loved my kids. And the thing was, Sanjay was in the room. What type of example are you setting? I know she's probably upset now, but I heard her say in the background, Mama, why did you do that? I heard Sanjay say, why did you do that, Mama? Why did you do that? Even though, and the girls going to take up for their mom, there's their mom, and I understand that. I do understand that. But don't forget that Shantae was there when your mom wasn't there. I was there combing your hair. Maybe they'll realize when they get a little bit older, hey, Shantae was there when I needed that support, that help with homework, needed my hair combed, she went on trips with Daddy and I, so I don't know where it all went wrong. And I think they can't wrap around their head. Dang, it's they call me Shantae. It's Shantae up front, Yeah, it's front Shantae in the limelight. Selena claims she don't know my name. I'm Gucci, I'm this. Don't forget, I was a stepmother to your kids while you was running the streets. Let's not forget that name, sis.
Allegedly. Okay, so one of the things that so Gucci, or you know what? I'm gonna start calling you Shantae because you give me sachet away, Shantae, honey. Come on, sis. You are firing off of all cylinders, mama. Where do you think you and Selena can go from here? Because it's bad. It's bad. Are you two able to reconcile? I don't know after this interview, but are you two able to reconcile?
I'm willing to reconcile with her for the kids' sake because Jay loves his girls, and I hate what this situation has become. They kind of like all over the place. I don't know. She's saying about my mom on national TV. Is that really my mom? And Dad, you're not taking up for us. So it's really got Jay in a very uncomfortable situation. He loves his girls, and And, you know, hey, and I want to have a decent relationship with Selena, because I do want the girls all to be on the same page. They never know when they may need my help. I may need their help. I mean, I got things going where I can pull them up. You know, I've read on social media saying, you know, they've been on TV before. Yeah, but they hadn't been on here in almost a decade. You know, it's been a minute. And if it weren't for me being on this role, I wouldn't be able to bring them up or pull them up. You know, they can't realize that, like, oh, you need them. No, Gucci don't need them. Let me just say, Gucci don't need them, you know. But I mean, it's a good added little thing to be married to JJ, and that's his girls. And we just got a lot of layers to my family. And I can't help it because JJ picked me. If it had been somebody else, it'd be the same thing. And I just want us to be able to reconcile. You know, I want the girls to, you know, don't be out there mad. And the girls say something on social media, and there go D gonna say something. And all of a sudden it's
right.
You know, just don't say anything. You just stay in the child's place. You know, let us grown folks handle it. And the girls don't need to say something. D don't need to say anything. So I just wanted to, you know, I'm not in a competition with Selena. I'm not jealous of her, of what, I don't know. Selena got her own fiance, but she hollering like, hey, I was married to JJ first. Well, you had him first, but you should have waited because, bitch, he rich now.
Selena has a fiance?
Yeah. She got a whole fiance and out here fighting me. What?
Oh,
I mean, it makes sense. He was at the baby shower, you know? Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so
I mean,
interesting. That's we gotta dive more into that the reunion. Okay, so when you look at your relationship, right, with JJ, like you said, you and JJ been together for over a decade. He obviously loves you. He loves his wife. You being a part of Belle Collective is because of you. You know what I mean? We can't do a show. And I want to say this. Obviously, JJ's a big character, and we all love JJ. And I think JJ is the favorite husband from the fans. I did a poll, and JJ won out of who's your favorite husband on the show. JJ won. Sorry, Clip. We love you, Zaddy. Although Zaddy don't give two Fs about that. But anyways, people love JJ. But I want to say this, and I want the world to know this. If JJ married someone and they were a snoozy baloozy, we wouldn't have cast her, because the show is predominantly about the women. And I want the world to know that you were chosen because of you. JJ was definitely icing on the cake, and the family dynamic for sure. But you brought a level of comedy to the show. You're hilarious. The way you throw shade is so funny. You really do have a world, a personal story when it comes to your husband, his mom, which we'll get to in a second, his mom, the children, the blended family, obviously the legacy of Bring It. Because I didn't watch Bring It, but I had because obviously that's not my demographic, but Bring It was a big show and they have a large fan base. So you like you said, because you are Belle, you brought all of that to the forefront. And I want the world to know that's why you were chosen. It's because of you. If you had a boring personality, as much as I love some JJ, we would never cast his wife who was boring. So I want the world to know that we selected you because of you.
And I thank you, Carlos. You know, you gave me this platform, and I mean, I'm gonna go to work. I mean, this is reality TV, and we gotta make good reality TV. And you know, I was a little bit surface the second season, you know, the stale Belle, but baby, I'm not the stale Belle anymore.
Did people think you were stale? I thought you came in hot.
You know, I think that's what I heard Selena say. She's a stale Belle or something like that. But you know, you always get, you know. But
let me shift my wig. Okay.
I'm just going, you know, I was like, okay, I got it now. I got it. And it's up from here, you know, and I'm doing other things, you know. So, I mean, because you gave me a chance, Carlos, you know, you took a risk, you know, hey, you know, I remember vividly the first scene that I did. I remember Angela coming up to the car and she said, you know what, we chose you for a reason. And it replays in my mind all the time before I do a scene. And just said, we chose you for a reason. I'm like, okay, let's go then. So,
And was a part of, let me ask you this. And I say this all the time when people ask me, why did you choose this person? How is it to be a reality star? Always say to them, when you are used to just living your normal life, and the next day you have a camera in your face, it is different. It's a lot to get used to. It's a lot to feel comfortable in front of the camera, which is why I think every reality show to me deserves a second season. Because the first season, you're getting used to it because it is a little weird. When Bring It was happening and you were forced to be in the background, did you feel like this show was important too because you were no longer in the shadows of Selena, JJ, and the kids and that whole atmosphere?
of course, Carlos, I was like, I cannot believe this. And my daughter would say, look, Mom, I wrote in my journal a long time ago. And she was saying, hey, I would love to be on a reality show. She showed me a journal where she wrote, she kind of manifested this. And it is, I had, and I kind of knew how everything worked. And I was like, oh my goodness. She said, Mama, let's just lay it all on the table. And I have these conversations with my daughter all the time. She said, they can't wrap around their head that, oh my goodness, the little girl, the woman that was in the back is now in the front seat. That's what it's all about, Mom. They can't wrap their head around, oh, I tried to keep her head. And now God turned those tables around. The first would be last and the last would be first. Amen. And I'm so grateful and humble. I know they see all this, everybody got their opinions, but if they really know me, Carlos, I'm so grateful. I'm so humble. And I love my husband there, but every time we're out, my husband like, look at me. And I'm like standing in the background. And it used to be, Carlos, we're out at the airport. When Jay was on Bring It, or used to be, hey, that's Sanjay dad. Now it's, oh, that's so Gucci husband. So I'm like, oh wow, so it's just an eye opener. It's all because of you. And I just try to stay so humble and grateful with this opportunity and use this platform to help other people. I would get inbox all the time about blended families, about real estate, about fitness, and in the back of my head, God is telling me, I chose you for a reason. Use this platform, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry, Selena got her camp, and they, like, hey, she was on TV, we love, and that's okay to love her. That's okay. I mean, she's a nice woman. I mean,
I know she is. She's very, listen, Selena.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm bashing her.
Oh, no, listen, Selena is very pretty. She, like you said, she's nice. She's sexy. She's funny. She's cool. Listen, it's the reason why she was on TV as long as she was, because she has the I and the T, and you can't take that away from Selena at all. She has the it factor, and that's why I appreciate you saying that, because I fundamentally believe you don't have to put someone down to lift yourself up.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So for you to be able to say, look, yes, me and her going through it, and this is fun shade that you guys have this banter, but I appreciate the fact that you're like, look, I recognize who she was and what she brings and who she is now. Yeah.
That's right. There's no hate, no shade, it's just like, sis, let me do me. I let you do you. And I stayed in the background. So, but if you want to enter this platform, there's certain things that we do. I mean, we're going to throw shade, but we don't throw blows,
Yeah, yeah. Is JJ, like you said, JJ is used to being the star in the family, along with his daughters, right? Was it hard for JJ to get used to you being the star?
It would surprise him. He's like, oh, baby, they want a picture with you. I'm like, yeah, they want it with me. They want it with me. It took him a little while to warm up, but when he warmed, at first he was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be the star and this. And, now you got to share with your wife. And one thing about Jay, he's so supportive. And I just like, oh, wow, I couldn't ask for a better husband than Jay being supportive. He's like, baby, okay, do this. Even the incident with me and his ex-wife, be like, well, okay, baby, that's okay. Just take the good with the bad and keep rolling. We just hate that the girls are like, ugh, like it don't have to be like that. I mean, it don't have to be like that. It's not like I hate your mom or anything like that. I wish her the best, but I mean, this is my life. And when she mentioned JJ, I'm like, this had nothing to do with him when we was having, I was JJ wife first. Yeah, boo, but it's over with. Yeah. So what are you reminiscing about?
Yeah.
So,
Let's get into, before I let you go, his mother.
oh,
The moment we met his mama last week, child, we said, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, child. Mama is hilarious. His mother is also tailor-made for TV. Don't give too much away because we have so many more episodes to go.
oh yeah.
But let me ask you this. When you first met his mama, were you like, I gotta deal with this man and his mama? And when I say to you, they are alike. And it's so fun to watch them interact. And I can't wait for the audience to see more of these episodes with them together.
Yeah, she got a big personality. When I first met her, she didn't like me. She looked me up and down. We would have family dinner. She like, Shantae, you need to fix this plate. I'm like, what? What do we do with that? But actually, I won't give everything away, but she has a big personality. We gonna work through whatever we got going on. We're gonna try to work through it, and you can definitely see JJ in her.
Oh, 1000%. No, I love you. Hey, mom, I love you. Before I let you go, what do you want the Belle Collective audience, the Bring It fans, the people on social media, what do you want them to know about you that you feel like they may have gotten wrong and you want to clear the air tonight?
I do want, I know Selena got her fans and DD4L. Hell, I'm DD4L too. I kind of grew up, even my daughter danced for a while. But I mean, that's your girl, but there's a backstory, you know what I'm saying? Give Gucci a chance. You all were like, oh, Selena, yeah, she's nice. Yeah, she's this, but I mean, she's human too. I mean, she's not perfect. I mean, people still have stuff bottled up inside, and I'm not jealous of her or the girl's success. I'm actually the backbone because I was there, combing their hair, making sure they're at competition and making sure they had everything they need when she wasn't there. So I'm not here to I'm not hanging on there to their coattail because the fame, the what I call them, the social media bullies or whatever are saying that, hey, I needed them. No, I don't need them. Gucci gonna make it by herself. I got a lot of stuff going without them, which I'm trying to help bring them back up or get them back in TV land. So
Yeah.
basically, I mean, we still all a family.
No, and you're part of the Kingdom Reign family. You are part of the Belle Collective family. We are so, so, so thankful and grateful that you have decided to do the show. Like I said, you brought a level of comedy, of fun, of sass to this show, and you are part of the puzzle that really makes this show fantastic. And I don't want anyone to take that away from you, and I don't want you to ever doubt yourself. You are here because of you and no one else. We love some Sophia, Shantae, Alaquisha, Shanae,
All my different Thank you, Carlos. And I'm so grateful. I'll forever be grateful, forever be humble. I mean, and when people really get to know me, they're gonna be like, Akeisha like, so Gucci. Akeisha love my ass.
Y'all are like besties.
Yes. Me and her might have our little words, but at the end of the day, and she didn't know. She like, but damn, Gucci really cool,
She loves you. No, I talked to her. She be like, we're in Atlanta. Me and Gucci traveling. I'm like, y'all really do hang out. Akeisha loves you. And I know the feeling is mutual. And y'all, the reason why this show is a success too is because this cast, depending on obviously the relationships, they hang out off camera. Like they hang out off season. And I always tell people that's when you have a genuine cast member is when they hang out, when the cameras are rolling. And I can attest to the fact that you and Akeisha hang out when the cameras ain't rolling. And I love y'all friendship.
Exactly. I mean, that's my girl. She get in my ass sometime. I'd be like, shit, but I like, okay, you're right. And I keep rolling. I mean, and that's basically what I was trying to actually teach Latrice through this whole ordeal that, hey, sis, business is communication. And I know you're younger than me, and I want you to learn from this. Of course I was a little bit mad because I'm like, shit, she's supposed to be my friend. Now I find out I'm not a friend. Hell, I don't know what I mean. I guess we frenemies.
We'll see what happens after the reunion because maybe y'all could get back together and be a collective.
Yeah.
Well, listen, stay tuned for that. But so Gucci, let the world know where they can find you, follow you, and support you. And if you are looking for homes, commercial real estate properties in Jackson, where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on So Gucci 007 Official. You also can find me if you're looking for a house, home, commercial building at SophiaTheAgent.com. If you're looking to get fit, hit me up on my website. It's GucciFit.com. You can buy my gear. You can book a virtual session with me to get fit. So, hit your girl up. If you want to book a Belle for a boot camp, you can do that too. And so I'm getting my feet wet in a lot of places, Carlos, and thanks to you, not Latrice, because she didn't make me.
God made you, God made me, and we are here for each other, baby. I love you so, Gucci. Y'all make sure to catch Belle Collective every single Friday, 8 o'clock, 7 Central on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Also, if you miss an episode, catch it the following day on the OWN app on demand, your DVR, and we're also streaming on Max. So you have no excuse not to find Belle Collective, and I will see y'all next week.